Hi, Jeff. We get to talk about home delivery, which is not your typical home delivery today.
Yeah, yes. Hello. Hi, Nancy. How are you?
Doing great since
Great.
last time.
Yes, yes. It's been a bit. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's a really fun movie. It's like a heartfelt movie about a thing that people actually do and try to do and stuff. And it's like a family film and yeah, it's really funny. It's a really funny movie.
But it's another kind of family film, I would say,
Yes,
not for all
yes,
ages.
yes. No, it's a R-rated family film. I think we don't have enough R-rated comedies, and I think we need more of those. Yeah, it is. It is. It's so funny. I think about that a lot. I grew up watching a lot of R-rated comedies, and I haven't seen as many lately. So I think Tom walks the line of using sometimes raunchy humor to kind of drive points home and really like elevate the stakes and make sure that it's fun and keeping you on your toes the whole time you're watching it.
What was your expression when you read the script about an orgasmic birth?
I messaged him. I was like, Tom, oh Tom, man, you're nuts. But he is the kind of guy that if he asks me to do something, I'm just like, yeah, I'm in, man. It sounds great. He's like, I got this role for you. There's a nurse. Like, I want you to come in and play this role. I was like, all right, man, sounds great, dude. And yeah, sure enough, when I read the script, I was like, yeah, this is Tom. This has got Tom Hart written all over it. So I thought that was very funny, and I thought I've never seen that before. So.
Is that something you would want, do you think in the future you would want to experience yourself
I,
with
I well,
a
I mean,
partner,
kind
obviously?
of, yeah. I guess to be around it maybe wouldn't be the worst thing. I guess but I hadn't really thought about that. But I did think a lot about just birth in general. Like it's something that I think Tom does this thing that he does a lot of female leads. He does like that's like his big thing is that I think all of his films they have like female leads, and he does such a fantastic job. I've been in readings where the note is like he writes them so well and honestly, and he kind of writes about these real things. And so birth is one of those things that obviously I'm not going to experience in my life as a person that's going to do that. But he writes it with such a like, even if it's funny at moments, he knows when to bring the heart and the actual like stakes of the real event happening. So yeah, yeah, it's a fine balance.
I like how in the film it covers a little bit about, birth, but then also the struggle and what comes with it.
Yeah, yeah, he like I said that's kind of his strong suit. He talks about the funny things that are like kind of everyday that people will deal with. Obviously, there's like whatever stuff that comes with that, like physical stuff, whatever emotional stuff. Like, and he knows how to make the characters talk about those things in a way that's really funny. But he also touches on real things and like real emotions and really grounded moments that people have in this. And I was in Donor Party, and Donor Party similarly had it actually had a birth in that movie as well. And like it also had this very heartfelt like, oh, this is like an important part of the human process, aka this is how we survive as a species, but it's also a very special thing. And so I think he captures that pretty well. So yeah.
So what is it about working with you mentioned him a few times, so you worked with him before. So what do you like about him as a director?
I think he does a great job of knowing who he wants to work with and what their strong suits are. So, I think in Donor Party, he actually wrote that part for me. Like he had created this character for me. And this one, there was a character that I could play. And I think he just does a great job of working with his casts. He doesn't give a ton of direction. He'll come over and just talk very briefly because he already trusts his actors. So he creates an environment on set where everyone is having fun, everyone trusts each other, and that's what it is. There was only one time when we were shooting where someone I couldn't stop laughing. I think Jerry O'Connell made me laugh so hard, and and Tom came back and he jumps in frame. He's like, Jeff, you're in frame. You're in frame. You can't laugh. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like it was like the only time I'd ever seen him like because we were kind of rushing on that shot, but yeah, he just creates a really great environment. And I think everyone he does ensemble stuff, and I think in my experience, everyone really likes working with him for that reason.
You never thought about how a life can be threatened, you know? I mean, I guess we can. if realistically people are frustration or being scared, we don't know how they may react.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's funny. I have a few friends that work in that field, and I asked them. I was like, "Hey, I got a question. Like, what is it like when, like, because that's exactly right. If you're in an ER or you're like delivery, you're doing these things that are super emergencies. You are dealing with people sometimes at their worst, at their most scared, at their like lowest point, and there's this sense of like saintliness that I'm like sometimes you're all just so people will be yelling at you and you just kind of go like, well, I got to let that wash over me because that my job's not to engage with that. My job's to heal people, help people, put them in the thing or whatever, wherever they need to go. And I talked to a friend and she's like, yeah, she's like, I've heard the worst things I've ever heard in my life. Like people have said some horrible things to me, and she's just like, I don't even care. I just go like, okay, cool. We have to get you to this place. Your arm is gonna fall off. Okay, that sounds great. We got to move you over here. And so I kind of took that and I thought to myself, I was like, wow, first responders, people that work in those kinds of jobs are like a different breed of human. They're unbelievable. I can't. Yeah, they're incredible to be able to do that kind of work day in and day out.
That's some thick skin I wish I had.
Yeah, yeah. I think as an actor, sometimes I have a pretty thick skin. I've dealt with rejection, but that's so different. And I've worked in customer service. I grew up working in restaurants and stuff like that, and people will do stuff, but you could always be like, we have the right to refuse service, but like at a hospital, you're like, you're gonna die, dude. We have to save you, so you can't really do that.
Home delivery comes out this Friday in a couple of days, but then you have Angelino
Yeah,
to
yeah,
share.
yes. So I'm the lead in a feature film by a filmmaker named Jay Diaz, and I'm super excited about that film. He came to me, we shot this about a year ago, a year and a half ago. We shot, or maybe a little bit less than that. And he kind of came to me with the story, and he's like, "Hey, man, I got this thing, and it's kind of like based on my life." And he kind of really walked me through it. And he sent me the script, and I read it, and I was like, I hadn't seen this kind of story. It's interesting. It's like a coming of age story, but of someone who is like in their late 30s. It's like someone having a reawakening as their past comes. It takes place over the course of one night, pretty much, like for the most part. And it's a guy who his old flame comes back into his life, and then he runs into a friend from college who they used to be film buddies and they used to do films together. And this guy, I'm playing a guy, Angel, and he had this like really traumatic event. He lost his father, and then he kind of never got back to chasing his dream. So he spent his life kind of working in his community and helping everyone else, and never doing what he wanted to do. And it's like the film kind of tackles this thing of when you're an adult and you've kind of been going through the motions, and you go, wait, did I end up doing what I wanted to do? Like, what am I doing with my life? And it's really touching. It's like a really, really cool film. It's got a great cast, and yeah, I'm excited for people to see it. It was really, really special working on it.
And where will it be released?
It's gonna be in some film festivals. I can't say officially anything, but it's gonna be running the film festival circuit within the next few months, I believe. So hopefully maybe I'll hop back on your show and tell you exactly where and when it will be screening. But yeah, I think there are a couple of prospects that I'm excited about. So hopefully we get out there and people can start seeing it.
And then you also have a short film, Champions.
Yeah, so Champions is a short film. It was a short play that I did with a theater company called Playground LA, and they're fantastic. They do a lot of new work, every month. They put up 6 new short plays, and I was in one of them. And I read it, and I was like, this is one of the best things I've ever read. And so we performed it, and it was a hit. Like people loved it, and it won Best of Fest, and it was this whole thing. And I told the writer the night that we did it, we have to make this a short film. And she was like, I don't know what that means. And I'm like, it means that I'm going to help make this a short film. Like we're going to figure it out. And I played a father. It's a beautiful story about a father-daughter relationship and him getting her ready for school. And it seems really nice and playful. And then as the story kind of unfolds, you find out he's undocumented. And then it suddenly like changes the whole thing of their stakes in the world and who they are in the world, right? But that's like the obstacle. It's really more about the love they have for each other. And so it's like a love letter. It's a love letter to kind of every single immigrant, like anywhere in the world, who like is going somewhere to make a better life for themselves or their family, their kids, whatever it is. And yeah, it's really beautiful. And Nancy Mejia is a friend of mine that I'd worked with before, and she jumped on as our director. She's done TV, she's done Vita and L Word Generation, Q, the things that the newer L Word series, and she's just an amazing director writer. And she came on board. They adapted the play to a short film, and I ended up producing with a friend, Risa Ishiyama, and we put it all together, and it was really, really something super special, like super special. And we're finishing up post production on it right now, and I watch it and I go like, oh man, this is some of the best work I've ever done. And I'm really just very proud of it to make something like that that like has such a strong kind of statement without making a statement, if that makes sense.
It's perfect for current times.
Yes, yeah, and the thing is like when we did the play, that was like last year. That was like last February, maybe March. It was before things got so crazy, and then it's like we did it, and it was like you know everyone in the room they were like, oh, this is happening. This is who it's happening to, rather, And so I think the thing that it's amazing, it's like it's not an immigrant story. It has elements of what it is to be an immigrant, and it's about hope and kind of love and like the dreams that we have for ourselves and the people that we love. And so it's just so hopeful. And Champions is a name that kind of came about because yeah, it's just about like how you stand up and fight every day. That's what it is. You stand up. It doesn't matter how scared you are, you stand up and fight. And it's really impactful. And I'm so excited. We're going to be doing festivals probably end of this year, beginning of all next year. We're going to be doing festivals. So I'm super excited about it.
So you're gonna make us cry.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah,
You
yeah,
say
yeah.
it, you
Oh,
say
yeah.
it with a smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, dude, I'll tell you this. So, our composer, her name is Mayra Cortez, and she sent us like some music, and she made an original song for our short film. And I'm not joking when I say I physically cannot listen to that song without crying. Like I cannot. So I have to watch an edit sometimes where we're trying to play some music and stuff, and I'm just like, I can't watch this. It's so yeah, it's just so in your guts of like it's such a human experience, and it's such a unfortunately kind of relatable thing, or it's something I think is both universal and specific. So I think it's going to impact a lot of people, and I hope it does. I don't know. I hope it does something.
Glad you're happy that to make us cry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, thank you, Jeff, for your time and congratulations with home delivery. And then you have like Angelino and Champions. I mean, this
Yeah.
year is looking really good.
Yeah, things are cool. I'm excited, and yeah, I'll come on whenever, and we can talk more about whatever is happening. But I thank you for having me, and this has been really great.
Thank you. Thank you for the time and for until next time.
Yeah, yeah.